The bear, a large, grizzly fellow that spends most of its time resting under the dense vegetation to escape the heat of the day. As it lies under the cool shade of the tree, it may not look like this bear is doing very much, but in fact, it's doing plenty on the inside. Much like humans, bears need oxygen to breathe. They do this through the respiratory system, which pumps and exchanges oxygen and carbon dioxide throughout the body. The oxygen is breathed in through the nasal passages as well as the mouth and moved down the trachea, a long tube which starts at the throat and then continues down until it reaches the larynx. The larynx is connected through nasal passages to the bronchi, a tree branch-like part of the body which has two tunnels that lead to one lung. As the air travels down these tunnels, it will subdivide until it becomes an alveolar sac, where gas exchange takes place. Gas exchange is an important process where oxygen is inhaled and CO2 is exhaled. In this exchange, blood capillaries fill the air surrounding the alveoli, consistently move past, and as they do, the alveoli exchange CO2 and supply the cell with fresh oxygen. Each capillary will then send out blood to various muscles throughout the bear's body and supply oxygen, enabling the muscles to move.
The grizzly is on the calving grounds, and this one has perfected his craft. The grizzly uses his top speed of 35 miles per hour to separate a calf from its mother.
Much like bears, fish also use a similar process, but with a significant difference. Instead of inhaling and exhaling air, fish require a different process. This is known as counter-current exchange. By using their gills, which commonly occurs across the gill lamellae in adult fish, oxygen is diffused from the water that the fish breathe in and transformed into blood vessels. Carbon dioxide then diffuses from these blood cells back into the water. Therefore, the fish breathe in water, which through this particular process gets transformed into oxygen, and then is exhaled by the blood-flowing carbon dioxide back out through the water. Through this way in breathing that fish use seems to be far simpler than that of the bear. There is less oxygen available in water than air, and as such, obtaining the oxygen from the water requires greater efficiency than by breathing the air.
They can afford time out, for this is the fishing season. All they have to do is wait. But when the wait is long, it's easy to miss the moment when it finally arrives. This snorkeling technique is only used by experienced bears. Open water fishing is challenging, but still worth a try. As tens of thousands of salmon gather at the river mouth, the odds shorten.
So, as we can see, the systems that allow both of the animals aforementioned to breathe and exhale are very similar and yet quite different. The counter-current exchange in fish is far more simpler than the respiratory system in their predators, the bears, and as such, we can therefore see that, though there are many similarities and differences, one thing remains constant, and that is that every living creature needs to breathe in some way or another. And they do this by using the unique processes that allow them to do so in regards to their body, form, and function.